I think it's a something I'm on about. Hang on. Aye, it's Shooting the Shit episode 31, and it's Arif Radio, and I don't know if the YouTube Hangout's going to hear this, but it probably won't.
It will.
But the radio will, so.
Yeah, we're on now, so don't worry, all is well.
Yay, so there we go, there's a wee intro and stuff for the radio. I don't think the Hangouts, look.
I'm not sure either.
There's a way to set it up, but it's not working. Okay,
Just
but I've not had time. That's basically it. We've not had time to test all this, and since I've updated Windows, everything's went to buggery, so yeah.
Yeah, well, the Hangout's working, it's going to YouTube, so don't worry, all is well.
Right, so we're doing 10 minutes on the YouTube, and if anyone wants to join us after about 10 minutes, we're on the proper radio station channel chat thing. So if you go to arifradio.co.uk stroke chat, or just go to the .co.uk and then hit the chat bit up at the top, you will get in the chat thing. So that's the way we're going to try and do it from now on. I am trying to sort out stuff. I had all the settings working brilliantly until Windows 7 decided that it had enough after, I think it's 7 years, without doing anything to it, and it broke. So I just went, stuff it, I'll install Windows 10, and, well...
That was a mistake.
No, it wasn't. It's actually, I'm quite liking it, to be honest. It's just that all the settings are gone, so I have to figure them all out again, and I've not had time to mess about and test with stuff, pretty much, because it's really hard to get you shitloads together, by the way. I have to bitch at you for that again. We're supposed to do a post E3 show, but it's just really hard getting these shitloads all together at the same time. Like the Arif Radio staff, they are all over the place, and then some of us have got stuff to do when the other ones are free, and it's just life, man, gets in the way, and it's a pain in the arse, but it works. I don't think... Oh, I've done it again. See, when I'm messing with all these settings, right, the radio station doesn't hear me because I forgot to hit the mic button. Now they hear me.
This is good.
It's see, when I try and fix stuff, I forget the least important bit, which is brilliant. That's I'd done that last week. I'd done that last week. Sewer down.
But the important...
we had half an hour last week of me not talking. By the way, just
good.
It was brilliant. I just cut it though on the recording. I just cut it. I just cut it out because it was like you were talking to no one. It was weird. It's like, what?
That's what you want, innit?
Look, it's complicated back here, okay?
It's complicated on this end, you know. Streams are not an easy thing.
Not as complicated as it is over here. Like, how many mixers have you got over there?
I've got about 7,000 different windows open, so...
That's lies.
It's not. I've literally got 2 different browsers and about 1 million windows open to get this working. Now, the reason I've done that is on the YouTube thing, yeah, I know you're not looking at it now, but on the YouTube thing, it only shows me, you, and Mr. Shikaka here, rather than the Arif Radio thing. Because then no one gets confused as to who's talking, I thought, yeah? Because to set up on the channel, you have to be broadcasting from Arif Radio, right?
Yes.
So I've got to have that muted so I'm not hearing myself and everyone else twice. But I've also got to have that running so I can broadcast, and I'm in the Hangout twice.
Yes, I've got you.
Yeah. So
no, but that's kind of why you just broadcast with Arif Radio, though.
No, but I like to see my picture. Everyone likes my picture. It's awesome.
Okay. There's no argument for me.
No, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, man. But the important thing is, anyway.
So that works that way, right? But you've not got like a mixer with 3 or 4 different audio sources coming in, right? And then mixing them all together and then putting them across to the DJ software that broadcasts it to the radio, and then that's also a mixer with its own audio sources and stuff. It's fucking complicated. And then you've got that broadcasting back to the PC so that you guys can hear it if I set it up properly. It's not working right now because it was annoying. It's really hard to get it to work. Right, you need to test it before going live, because otherwise everyone just hears each other and it's all a clusterfuck.
Which
that's
is nice.
my wee rant.
Yeah, but anyway, so Mr. Shikaki is here, and that's nice.
Yep.
I like to see him,
cool.
Even though he is American and seems to have a clear dislike for Final Fantasy VII, which is wrong.
Well,
definitely.
Well, look, it was one of the first games that got me into Jap RPGs and stuff and things, and like I don't know, right? Just I had played Zelda, but it was the first one that was kind of like that I ever played was Final Fantasy VII. Because I don't think I'm not sure, but I never heard of Final Fantasy VI over here.
We did get it, but it was very late on. It was just before 7. Because a friend of mine had both 6 and 4 on import cartridges for the SNES.
Right, well, that's maybe why I never played it then. Because all I remember is hearing about Final Fantasy VII. That's the first one I ever heard of. It's like, where's the other ones? This doesn't make sense. Anyway, so it was Zelda 3 that got me into the RPGs and stuff way back when. And then the PlayStation came out and there's Gran Turismo and Final Fantasy VII, man. And Final Fantasy VII, I spent fucking like 200 or 300 hours on that. Like, I've played it so many times. So, and then there's 8. 8 wasn't as good, I don't think. 9 was better.
I didn't like 8 that much, but playing them now, 8's not so bad. It's not as bad as I remember.
No, 8. What was wrong with 8 was it took you so long to fucking learn how to do the sphere thing, the sphere grid. But once you had figured out, you die. No, the 8 had the.
No, 8 had the draw thing.
No, 8 had the draw, right? Yes, the draw thing. But once you had figured out how the draw thing worked, you could be invincible from like day one, pretty much.
Oh yeah, God yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, because I've got it on Steam now, and I've got Ultima on like whichever stat is the most important for the characters.
Yeah.
As you do.
So it's like attack, and it's just bang, instant death.
Yeah.
If you've got 1,000, I think it was 99 Ultima, and put that on Junction, it just wipes out everything. And you could also put poison and stuff on the way. Look, it was once you worked out that system, it was so easy. It was just easy.
Oh yeah.
So, and that's maybe why I didn't like it as much. But the story wasn't as good either, for me. But 6, I've never really played 6.
6 is really good.
I've watched. No, I've watched. I know the story. I've watched my mate play through it. It's funny. I mean, that's one of the best bad guys ever, right? I mean, he poisons the water to kill the town. He succeeds in blowing up everything, and then you're like, I don't know. I think is it 5 years later or something? You come back and you've still got to beat him up.
Yeah, something like that. A few years anyway.
I just don't. I don't like the way they went with the Final Fantasy games recently. You need an airship, man. You need an open world airship thing. For me, they
need to stop trying to be flashy, and just get shit done. That's the problem. Is since it went 3D, they've tried to get flashier and flashier with each incarnation, right?
No, that it's not only just that. because
Oh no, it's not
8 and
just that.
9
That's my big thing.
was a lot better than, in my opinion, was a lot better than 10. And then there was 10 and 11. It just after that, just shit. They were on like corridor things. There was no proper world map. You could get an airship or a chocobo and run about everywhere or up and down mountains and other shit. So, I just want them to do really good with this new update, FF7. I don't think they will. I think they'll fuck it up because I'm like that.
Well, quite probably.
I'll tell you the reason why you should think that. Come on, how well has it gone with movies?
Don't get me started. Don't get me started on the new Star Trek. Really fucking pissed me off. People were like, "Oh, it's good." I was like, "No, it fucking isn't. It's shit."
What, Into Darkness?
Like, no, that one. The second one was actually a lot better than the first.
You thought, because most people thought the first one was good and the second one was kind
of.
No,
they're not Trekkies. They're not Trekkies. That's why they're fucking retarded.
I don't know. I thought I don't know if you guys watched Red Letter Media, but I thought they had the perfect take on it, which is it's not my father's Star Trek. It is a completely different animal.
It is. It's horrible. It's nothing to do with Star Trek. They shouldn't have used the name. They just shouldn't. It's horrible. It's
but the name gets bums and seats.
Well, yeah.
It shouldn't.
That's bums and seats. That's all. Well, you know, that's the thing. It's bums and seats. That's all that matters at the end of the day. To Hollywood, anyway.
The other one, what was the other one that they've ruined recently? Again, RoboCop.
RoboCop. He's a robot cop. Well,
like,
actually,
come on. RoboCop and Terminator, when I was wee, were both amazing, and they're both just fucking up.
The thing about RoboCop is RoboCop should never have been a good movie. Because the basic premise is a man gets turned into a robot cop in the 80s. That shouldn't have been a good movie. And the fact is even probably one of the best movies of the 80s is beyond all expectations.
Yeah, but it's not really. It is because of the way it was pulled off. But like the story shouldn't be. It shouldn't make a good movie. It should make one of these shitty B movies.
Exactly that's what makes a difference between somebody who's a hack and somebody who knows it. Because what they did was great in that thing. They satirized 80s America pretty much. It's a satire. It's not an action movie. It's a satire.
Well, it's like Judge Dredd comics when they were in 2000 AD. They were not intended to be taken seriously. But I will say this only once. I don't think it hurts to have Buckaroo Banzai in as a main character.
That reminds me, the first Judge Dredd movie was crap, right? The second one was a hell of a lot better.
People say that, but I will defend the Stallone one. It could have been because I saw it when I was 14 and it was a 15-rated movie, which my dad took me to anyway. But I mean, it's got some good stuff in it, right? It's got some really good visuals, right? The judges' uniforms look pretty great. Obviously, Schneider is like, get rid of that motherfucker. You don't need a comic relief, okay? No. But yeah, they had the fucking robots. I know there's a proper name for them. I can't remember.
The ABC Warriors.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's all some really good shit, right? It's like if you tweaked it a little bit, you could have a really good movie there. A really good comic book movie.
The problem is,
it would be a great comic book movie, but it would be a good comic book movie. It's just, for me, it's just an average comic book movie, which has got some good shit, good enough shit that I'm happy to rewatch it.
There's one fatal flaw with the Stallone Dredd, and it's this: Joe Dredd takes off his helmet.
Everybody says that, yeah. No. Well, I was actually in I can't remember the name of the convention, but it was in Kensington Olympia, and Carl Urban was actually there. They were promoting Dredd at the time, so I was actually in the fucking thing, and they showed us a clip of Dredd, and they had the slow-mo drug and shit there. They had a whole extended scene, all that shit. The thing is, throughout that, the one thing I do remember is the guys who are obviously like just there to be props, basically, because they're like props of the thing. They were wearing the Stallone Judge movie uniforms. They weren't wearing the new uniforms, which look more like sensible sort of body armor. They were wearing the Stallone sort of movie era things. Because the fact is, the costume design was pretty fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah. No question. But wait, hold on. Someone relatively famous did those costumes. It was like Tommy Hilfiger or someone, I think.
Really?
I think.
Fuck.
Hold on.
Booyaka Shah. See, the only thing I can ever think of Tommy Hilfiger is fucking Ali G now. That's the thing. It'll be forever.
No, it's, I know it was someone, I think, relatively relatively.
I can tell you who it wasn't. It wasn't John Paul Gaultier, because you can see that shit from a mile off.
No, but I'm just having a.
Ali G couldn't get away with the stuff he got away with back then, could he? Right now with the social justice warriors.
That's the point. It's like Dom Jolly. He couldn't do the shit he did in Trigger Happy now because people know him. Well, not so much now actually. There was a point where he was more famous, and nowadays he probably could get away with it again because nobody really knows who the fuck he is anymore.
Yeah, but they would start a shitstorm. They like on Twitter. Could you imagine the shitstorm?
Ah, there we go. Versace.
Seriously. Well, they did a damn fine job. I mean, I don't buy that fucking designer shit. But if I went into did they do Versace stores? I don't know. But if they did a Versace store and I could buy a Judge Dredd uniform, I'd fucking buy it.
No, that's a thing. What else? New movies. I'm trying to think. There was the Superman Returns, man. Oh God, like the music was good, right? But that movie was terrible.
Kevin Spacey could have been a great Lex Luthor. It's Kevin Spacey. See this thing? Kevin Spacey has been wasted. He could have been great, but the problem is I don't know what the fuck happened after what's his name? Usual Suspects. What the fuck happened after that? Because he was great. I mean, I don't know what the fuck happened. Someone explain it to me.
It's just been making bad choices, man. That's
his direction and the lines that they gave him in Superman Returns were terrible. However, I will defend the film on this. It's a good Superman film, but only if you're looking at Superman in the Golden Age.
We're not including Superman 4 because everyone could agree. When did Superman have brick building laser eyes exactly?
Round about 1987. And no, I'm deadly serious. The amount of superpowers. Seriously, the amount of superpowers that dude got in the 80s.
Yeah, people complain about the whole turning back time thing, but look, motherfucker, Superman 4, he builds the fucking the wall of China back up again with his fucking eyes. Come on.
The other thing, Superman 1 and 2, the first proper ones, were fucking good. 3, not so much. But
I think 3 you could take it or leave it. And I remember as a kid seeing this stuff. I find it quite well. The reason why I think I probably liked it because I like computers and shit. I guess knowing a bit more about it now, I guess kind of probably what they were going for was a Brainiac sort of thing. Because Brainiac obviously was the computer intelligence of Krypton. And it's like, well, we can't fucking do that. Nobody's going to know what the fuck we're talking about. But they did a computer that could fight Superman, which I fucking loved as a kid because I'm obsessed with computers, right?
So
I fucking loved that shit, right? So that's why the third movie gets a pass in my mind. And obviously, the first two movies are classics, no doubt about that.
The third one also has Richard Pryor, and you cannot argue with Richard Pryor.
That too.
I believe it was after he set himself on fire in a meth accident.
Yes, but
which is even more impressive.
Right, I'm going to stop broadcasting to YouTube now. So if everyone or anyone is watching this, feel free to come over to aerithradio.co.uk for the rest of the show.
Or just kill yourselves on the fire.
Shitheads.
Or just kill yourselves.
Yeah, if you don't come over to the proper website, you're shitheads.
You understand nothing. You don't understand how